I love a game that you can really sink your teeth into. RPGs are great for this since you can spend like 100 hours in them and still barely scratch the surface of what they have to offer sometimes. However, sometimes I like to go to the complete opposite end of the spectrum of game length and play something that's meant to be completed in a single sitting. Short, compact games may at first seem like a waste of money from a value perspective, but these games can often convey an experience that wouldn't work well if it was spread out over what one may consider a normal game length. There's quite a few examples of short and sweet games that are very highly regarded, such as the Stanley Parable, Limbo, or Thomas Was Alone, among many others. I think one of the reasons these games are so popular is because shorter games give a developer an opportunity to explore a concept without feeling like it's overstaying its welcome. A shorter game sticks around just long enough to tell its story and leave an impact before leaving. Another reason may be due to the low time commitment, which allows many people to experience the game quickly and share their experiences with others, ideally making the game go viral. I recently got a chance to play through 3 of these shorter games that I've been meaning to try, so today I'm going to briefly talk about them. Quick note, all of them can be completed in under an hour. First up on the list is The Supper by Octavi Navarro. Released for PC in January of 2020, this game is a short point-and-click puzzle game with a creepy vibe and a bit of a body horror imagery. It tells a story of an innkeeper that has their inn set up on what looks like a small fishing port. Coming in at about 20 minutes long, The Supper seems innocent enough at first, but very abruptly reveals its darker side as the game wraps up. It features a couple puzzles, but they aren't difficult at all, mostly just requiring you to find the correct item to use in the right place. I chose to play this game primarily because of its very low time commitment, and I ended up enjoying how it all wraps up. Additionally, since it's free, there's almost no reason not to check it out. Second, we have Wheels of Aurelia by the indie studio Santa Ragione, released a few years ago in September 2016 for PC and later for console and mobile platforms. This game is pretty unique in that it's a conversation sim with some light driving mechanics. It takes place in Italy during the 70s and has you experience the story of a young woman on a road trip across the country, picking up hitchhikers as you go. On your trip, you can choose whether or not to pick up passengers and have conversations with them before dropping them off at their destinations. Depending on your choices of who you pick up or what you talk about with them, you'll end up with one of 16 endings, each of which only take about 15 minutes to reach. Sadly, the driving mechanics were a little awkward and mostly frustrating for me, but I did love the game's art style and soundtrack. If you're interested in Italian history or something a little different, I'd give it a look. You can find it for $10. The last game on the list is Before I Forget by Threefold Games. This is the longest game on the list, coming in at about 45 minutes, and is meant to be played in a single sitting, so it's just a little bit more of a time commitment. Before I Forget was released in August 2020 for PC and goes for $8 online. It is a point-and-click narrative-focused exploration game, or a walking simulator, that has you playing through a typical day of a woman suffering from Alzheimer's disease. While I have no experience with the disease, it appears the developers did put a bit of research into trying to faithfully represent it, as evidenced by the fact they worked closely with Alzheimer's Research UK to make the game. It has a little bit of a mystery element to it as you try to piece together the main character's memories by exploring her house and reading notes and newspaper clippings scattered around for you. While the controls are a bit awkward, particularly the way the game's mouse sensitivity is handled, the writing and gameplay work well together to convey a touching story about a difficult subject. Well, that's it for today. Links to the games are in the description if you want to check them out for yourself. I kind of like taking a chance to make a quick video about some short games, so if I find a few more bite-sized games like this, I'll consider doing another one of these types of videos. Go ahead and like, subscribe, and share this video if you liked it, and let me know if you'd like to see more content like this. Also, if you have any suggestions for me to try out, I'd love for you to put them in the comments. Thanks again for watching. Bye.